So our goal is to install a Python. Now the first thing to do is to check to see if you've already got installed, because you can type the command python -- version and see that we have Python 2.7. Now if you actually just say Python, you'll go into the shell and you'll get some really bad warnings, because Python 2, as of the recording this moment, is actually out of support. If you ever get in this triple chevron prompt, you just say quit, close paren, and that will get you out of it. So because macOS used Python, let me do a clear here. Because Python is used inside macOS and they use Python 2, we tend to have to install our own copy of Python, and it will show up as Python 3. Now if you just type Python 3 -- version, and you already have a Python, then don't bother installing it. And I don't want to install the developer tools, so I'm just going to say cancel right here. It might be part of that, but I just rather install the official Python distribution. So we're going to go to python.org and click on downloads, and it knows it's already figured out that I'm on Mac, so I'm going to download Python 3.11. You just download the latest one, you'll be fine. So that download is now completed. I'm going to open it up and click on it, and we're going to go continue, continue, continue. I agree. So now it's installing. And it is showing me a folder with Python in it. I'm going to click close my downloads, and so it seems to be installed. We'll go ahead and move the installer to the trash, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say Python 3 -- version. Oops. Let's close this and open terminal again. Python 3 -- version. There we go. So you notice I had to close my terminal and open it again because this shell needed to see the new software, so you can do that. You won't have to do that again. There's a command you can type that might fix that by just say rehash. That says look those. No, it doesn't even have it, so I'm wrong there. But eventually you want to see Python 3 -- version. And away we go. So you have Python installed. The next problem you need is you need a programmer editor. You don't want to use TextEdit. So Mac comes with this thing called TextEdit. Don't use this because it saves in a weird format called RTF. So don't use TextEdit. Just don't use it. So you got to find a programmer application, a programmer editor. And so if we take a look at Python for everybody, we have this page called editors. Now, the best editor depends. You may already have an editor. If you have an editor, keep it. We have a couple of recommendations: Brackets, which is a super simple one, VS Code, which is really nice, but the installation can be a little tricky. So I'm just not going to, for beginners, I'm just going to recommend Brackets. But if you have one, you like Sublime, over the years that we've been teaching this course, there's just been so many editors that have come and gone. And so I probably should put a little thing on here that says all the editors that we don't use anymore, or all the recommended editors that we don't use. Brackets.io is, for now, I like it. It's open source. It's free. It looks to me like it's going to stay free and open source, and it works on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and so I like that. So I'm going to download that. So we're going to open it. I'll just click on here to open it. There's the bracket GitHub, which is nice. So I'm just copying it from the brackets code into my application folder. And the applications is where on the Mac you put things that are going to be run. So now I'm going to just close this. And I've got a couple things on my desktop here. It's not brackets, that's the brackets mount point. So now to run brackets, I'm going to go up to my search and type brackets and click brackets. I'll go ahead and hide this page. And yes, it's wanting to make sure I'm not installing some bad stuff. So here we have brackets. It's a nice simple editor. And it starts up, and so I'm going to close this window, and I am going to create a new file. And I'm going to say print hello world, and then I'm going to save this file. Now, one thing that you're going to have to keep track of is where you're at. So users admin, this desktop is in users admin desktop. So I'm going to change directory into desktop, pwd print working directory, so you see I'm in users admin desktop. I'm going to make a directory mkdir py4e. Then I'm going to change into that directory. Like I said, it's a good thing for you to learn all these things. So now I'm in the folder py4e, and if I look on my desktop, I've got this folder py4e that currently has nothing in it. So this terminal and this folder are the same thing. So now I'm going to File, Save As, and I'm going to go into my desktop and go into py4e, and I'm going to call this file hello.py. I'm going to save it. Now at this point, it knows this is a Python file, and brackets knows what Python syntax highlighting is, so that's quite nice. So if I look in py4e, I see there is a file. And if I look in it in terminal, and I say ls-l, I see that file as well. To run that file, I say python3 hello.py. And with that, I have created my first Python program. I've installed a text editor, I've installed Python, and created my first program.